o'clock. Like call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Barlow.
Here.
Bowers.
Yep.
Brem.
Here.
Jarvis.
Here.
McLean. Here. Nesbit.
Here.
Rezegi.
Here.
Stenselbarton.
Here.
Tassava.
Here. Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank everybody for coming tonight. Everybody get a chance to look at the agenda. Any additions or corrections?
Mr. Mayor? Before the meeting, I had a conversation with Bill Nesbit about, not the agenda, I'm sorry, the meeting minutes. I'm ahead of myself.
I see that.
I apologize.
All right. Any additions or corrections? Entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Motion by Brem, supported by McLean, to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Approval of the minutes of the September 9th, 2024 regular meeting minutes, and Bill has some corrections.
I would just like to say I went through the corrections with Bill, and I'd like to table the minutes until next week so I can review the video of this and make all the necessary adjustments and bring it back to the next meeting for council's approval.
Okay, we'll move on to the next item then. Public hearing, we have none. Public comment, at this time, anybody like to get up and talk? I'll give you 3 minutes, tell me who you are, and if you're a resident.
I am Justine Kramer. I'm the Hastings High School Student Council Advisor, and I was asked to come, is that later? Okay. I'm here for the break.
Nothing else, she was brief.
Yeah.
She'll be back up there in a minute.
Okay, no public comment. Formal recognition presentation, item A, presentation from Dave Hatfield. Dave Hatfield's at another meeting. We have Gino Lucci with us tonight. He's our new airport manager, and he's going to introduce himself and tell you about some of his exciting ideas.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for allowing me to come out here. Sorry I wasn't here for your last meeting. I scheduled it, and I was sitting at home wondering that night where I was supposed to be, and sorry about that. So some of the things, I gave you all a packet, and then there was typical duties and responsibilities of the airport manager. Everybody asks me what I do out there all day. That kind of gives you an idea of what you do. I don't think I need to read through them. But on the some notes of interest that I have about the airfield, in the past, it doesn't seem like a lot of people were aware of how important the Hastings City, Berry County Airport really is to the area, and I just want to let you know some things about it. We do have 3 runways out there. One of them's paved and it's lighted. It's 5,000 feet. Now, what that means is we can land jets out there, and we can land fairly decent-sized aircraft, which can be very important to us. Right now, the jets don't use all of that. It's more of a safety margin for us. We have roughly 88 aircraft assigned. It's everything from multi-engine to helicopters to gliders, powered parachutes. And the reason I put that in there was Grand Rapids, GRR, has 92 aircraft. So we're not too far behind when we look at the number of aircraft that are actually based at our airport, which is very important as far as federal funding goes, and just general income that it brings in that I'll just talk about later on. We have about 13,700 operations at our airfield yearly, so that's every day. We got a lot of airplanes taking off, landing. Western uses our airport, so we have a lot of stuff coming and going, and a lot of that generates income for us. MDOT estimates, MDOT and the FAA have a program that they use that we report into, and they say 70 jobs are created locally right from the airport. I believe there's another 193 that are created throughout the state because of our airport. So that means within the Hastings limit, within so many miles, we have 70 jobs, and that comes from mechanics on the field, people that support items at the field. So we have some pilots that live real close and local out there. The number that most directly impacts us is over $3,193,000 a year are poured directly into the city of Hastings from the airport. We have a program that I'm looking at for next year where we can track that a little bit better so that we can see how much we directly generate, because there's a lot of tax dollars that come back into Hastings through federal programs on things that are sold at the airport. In a roundabout way, they come back into the city itself. We store 10,000 gallons of 100 low lead, which is aviation gasoline, 3,500 gallons of Jet A, and we're going through that right about monthly right now, which is pretty awesome. A question that you might get is, why do we need an airport? It's costing me, the taxpayer, a lot of money. That is untrue. We are a fully self-funded airport. That means with all the operations that we have out there, that the money, everything from the runway to the buildings to everything, is all generated from operations and use at the airport. So no local funds are used at that airport. Even my pay comes out of the money that's generated right there at the airport. So it's a huge benefit to the city of Hastings, and we're, like I said, we're only one of only 3 that can boast that in the state where we receive no local funding. Right now we do have the largest, and it's, as we found out over the weekend, now the only powered parachute manufacturer in the country is based there, so that's where a lot of these jobs are coming from. And they may be expanding soon, which would also increase the number of jobs that we would have. We have a flight school which employs flight instructors, and we have 4 airplanes. In August and September, we boasted a record fuel sales in our 100 low lead, our aviation gasoline. So some of the programs that we immediately implemented at the airport are bringing, they brought results on day 2, I'll say, right out at the airport. So we're happy, and things are doing good out there. If you aren't aware, there was a contract, they were released today, right before I came to the meeting, for our new $1.8 million terminal that we're building out there. So we're hoping that that'll increase funds, and of course from the construction traffic, you're going to get more money into your town also. And that money was just released from the feds, and I have to sign for it, and then they can start on our building, getting that going. If you have friends fly in, we have a free courtesy car, rental car, that operates off donations. Mr. Baum donated that before his passing, and it's a pretty nice vehicle. And if you're ever sick, we have at least 4 medevac flights that fly in and out of our airport throughout the week. And I know there's more, because if you're out there later at night, and when I come in and check in the morning on the traffic data, we'll say, I can see that there's medevac flights that are coming in. So we service a pretty good area as far as people coming in, medevac transport. We're a lot easier than Grand Rapids to get in and out of. So that's the benefits that you get from having a local airport. My personal vision of the airport, I'll be blunt, I wasn't wealthy growing up as a kid. My dad was a cabinet maker, and I loved airplanes. So I hung out at the airport. I skipped school with wipe oil off the belly of the airplane so guys would take me for rides, which was probably not smart to do, but that's what it was. And the aviation saved me as a youth, I'll say. Kept me on the straight and narrow, kept me focused. I won a scholarship to learn how to fly, which I did, and then I joined the Air Force for a very lengthy career, and then retired out here in Michigan and started. This is also where I had an aviation business, and I've handed over to my son so that I can focus on the airport job full time. So my goal is to make the airport a fun, safe place, but also a community place where people can come. This past weekend, if you heard a lot of noise going around, that was our powered parachute manufacturer had their event, and we had probably the largest one they ever had. And that was to bring people out to the airport. I posted on Hastings Informed, and then also on our airport page, which you could follow on Facebook. I'd like to have more than 4 followers, but on the Hastings Informed, we know of 20 folks that never were at our airport before, that showed up, sat in the bleachers, or sat under the tent of the vendor, and many of them that lived local. The vendor wanted to be, the powered parachute folks wanted to be good neighbors, so they took them up for flights, brought them around, flew them over their houses, showed them the airport, and showed them that it's not a bunch of rich guys that are out there. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a rich guy monetarily, that the airport's a place for everybody. Some other things that we're doing at the airport, we met with Jim Yarger, the county EMS manager. One of my goals also is, if there is an emergency, a local emergency, the airport should be a fallback point, or an Alamo, if you will, for emergency services where they can stage out of. Jim's never really been to the airport, so we brought him around, and we're going to have a great future with that, and showing them that they have a home there that they can operate out of if we have an emergency. Same thing with our new terminal. We're doing some modifications on that once I'm able to do that so that we can have emergency power and some things out there. We also want to increase community involvement at the airport. We want to use it as a center of learning. I've had some teachers reach out to me the first couple days, and I have to figure out who they are to get back to them. There's all kinds of stuff that we can use for sciences and bring the students out to the airport that doesn't cost an additional dime for them, for the schooling or anything else, but it shows them the sciences and some of your STEM programs where they can have a day at the airport. That's some of the stuff we want to do. And then the Airport Association, which is a group of pilots and just people who like airplanes, they operate independently of the board and of me, and they meet at the airport. And their goal is to promote the airport and raise money for different things that we can do at the airport. So again, that funding is real critical. And like I said, they put on things like the fly-in, but that was put on by the manufacturer. There's something called Dawn Patrol. If you remember, they used to have breakfast out at the airport once a year. That gives the opportunity for locals to come to the airport and get breakfast. We are going to be, hopefully this Wednesday, it'll be approved for people that fly in will be able to camp. What that does is that means our courtesy car gets used, and then we have more business downtown. This isn't like where mom and pop can come camp at the airport. This is somebody that's flying somewhere else, and we'd be a camping-friendly airport, so they pitch a tent, come downtown, eat, and they're usually gone in the early morning hours before I get back there. But it's a great thing to have. We're also going to have haunted hangars this year, so on the 31st, between 5:30 and 8, the pilots are pulling the planes out, and first year doing this ever at the airport, but we'll be giving out candy in front of the airplanes again, get the students, get the kids out there, get excited, so that they realize that that's a place for everybody. So we're looking to have a lot of fun, and with that, we're going to have if anybody knows Willy Wonka and the golden ticket, we're going to have a couple golden tickets stashed somewhere in the candy that will allow a youth and their parent to fly with them on a gentleman out there that's going to use his airplane and qualified and gone through everything, but take them up for like a incentive flight, if you will, and see the area in the fall colors. Some other things that the board was, or the Airport Association was talking about was hangar dances, which is kind of cool. We bring an airplane in, something of a vintage, and you have a dance inside the hangar. It's just a lot of fun, and I've been involved with those when I was involved with the airport over in Charlotte. Very, very well received in the community. Usually you tie it into some other community event that's going on downtown during the day. And then there's also Young Eagles, which is a group of pilots that are licensed, and then they're also insured to take students up for incentive flights, and those flights actually count for time towards their pilot's license. So they get a log book, and it's a whole thing. It's a group put on by the Experimental Aircraft Association. So hopefully I didn't bore you. That's my 50-cent talk there, and I guess I'm open to any questions that you might have, even if some from last time I wasn't here.
Any questions, anyone?
I want to thank him and welcome him to the group, and this is something that I haven't seen since I was on the board. And so I want to welcome you real well.
Thank you very much.
It looks very good.
Appreciate it. Anybody else?
Any other comments? Thanks, Gino.
Well, that was pretty easy. Thank you.
You're welcome to come anytime.
Appreciate it.
Item 9, consider approval of the Hastings Student Council's request to conduct the annual homecoming parade on city streets located near Hastings High School from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, September 27th, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Barlow.
Support.
Supported by Jarvis. You want to tell us a little bit about what you're going to do?
Same parade that we do every year, just it's a wraparound of the local neighborhoods, try to keep it off all the highways. So we don't have to call the state police then. We plan on having some local clubs and school sports. The marching band will lead the parade. The kids are decorating floats right now, hopefully you approve. And also we have some the convertibles for all of the court and our Grand Marshal,
Who's your grand marshal?
Mr. Scott Allen, who just retired after 40 years in our district, 34 years and 40 years of coaching. Pretty awesome years.
Any questions about this event? I'm looking forward to it. I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay, we have a motion by Barlow, supported by Jarvis, to approve Hastings Hastings Student Council's request to conduct the annual homecoming parade on city streets located near Hastings High School from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, September 27, 2024. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes.
Thank
See
you.
you there.
Yeah, see you. Thank you so much.
There we go here. Sticky newspaper.
We'll wait on you.
I see that. Something stuck together right here. Must have got wet on me. Probably dropped some water on it. Okay, next item, consider approving the closure of portion of Green Street on Thursday, October 31st, 2024 for Halloween trick-or-treating from 4:45 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Forward it.
Okay, motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by Brem, to approve the closure, a portion of Green Street, it's not the whole street, just part of it, Thursday, October 31st, 2024, from Halloween trick-or-treating from 4:45 p.m. to 8 p.m. Boy, that's a mouthful. Okay, motion was made by Stenzelbarton, supported by Brem. Any comments? Questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is that the only street in Hastings we do this to?
Traditionally, for this particular night of trick-or-treating, to my knowledge, since I've been here, yes. It's, if you're not aware, it's between, just west of Broadway to about Cash Street.
Right, and I go every year.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of it. I just wondered, I remember last year somebody saying something to me about how come they don't do this up somewhere on Woodlawn, or I guess it's west of Broadway, there's an addition, why they don't do it there. Has anybody made the request?
I know it was questioned a couple of years back,
Okay.
and that's just, it's just become a tradition, and I think the amount of traffic that we get in that location is just why we continue to have it there. So people know to come there. We get so many visitors from out of town too, so if we didn't have that area shut down, I don't know if they would necessarily, go to any other location.
I just wondered if anybody else had petitioned, well, can we do this one as well? I just,
Sure.
all right, thank you.
And we are happy to take any suggestions.
I'm a big fan of it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, we have a motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by Brem, to approve the closure of a portion of Green Street on Thursday, October 31st, 2024 for Halloween trick-or-treating from 4:45 p.m. to 8 p.m. No further comments? Roll call.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Bowers.
No.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item C, consider approving the motion to cast a ballot for Thad Beard and Dan Swallow to serve 3-year terms on the MML Liability and Property Pool Board. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Support. Okay, motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by Rezegi, to approve the motion to cast a ballot for Thad Beard, Dan Swallow to serve 3-year terms on the MML Liability and Property Pool. Any questions? Roll call.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes?
Barlow.
Yes. Oh,
Bowers.
yes, I will.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item D, entertain a motion to receive and place on file 6 invoices totaling $137,170.64 as detailed in your attachments. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Motion by Barlow, supported by McLean, to receive and place on file 6 invoices totaling $137,170.64 as detailed in your attachment. Any questions, comments? Roll call.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Stenzel Barton,
Yes?
Barlow,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yep.
Brem,
Yes.
Jarvis,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item 10A, consider approving the purchase of a new U.S. cargo trailer from USA Trailer Sales of Wayland, the amount of $10,824. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nesbit,
I'll support it.
supported by Brem. Discussion. Go ahead.
Question.
Go ahead.
Do we only have one bid? Do we get bids?
This was the only quote we
Pardon?
This was the only quote we obtained.
We put out for bids, so
We did not put out for bids for this.
we're supposed to put out for bids. Anything over.
And I
I
apologize
think
if I'm
because it's
mistaken.
being constructed, the specs are being constructed a certain way through this company is why, was my understanding. But Chief Bolter had started putting this together before he left.
I can get clarification if he did any work on that.
Can you tell us the size, something about the trailer?
Yeah, of course.
$10,000 is,
It's a tandem axle, 18-foot long, I believe it's 8.5-foot wide, if I'm not mistaken. It is about the size that we determined we would need for what we're going to plan to use it for. And try and give you any other details.
said 18 by 8.5? Is it a covered trailer, fully enclosed?
Yep, it is fully enclosed, so it will have the capability to lock it, make sure it's secure. I'm sorry, it is 7.5 by 18.
7.5 by
Yep.
18.
Yep,
Okay.
Should have been in your packet.
yep.
Yeah, I
And,
read through, I missed it.
one of the main uses is going to be for transporting and storing evidence or firearms equipment for our training, and so that's why it does have secure locks and, I believe it's a bar lock and an actual key lock.
Well, I'm back again. We bought a truck for hauling stuff and so on and so forth. Now, I don't remember any discussion about a trailer, but we bought the truck for that.
The trailer was included in the budget as well as the capital improvement plan that were
Was there
approved.
discussion that evening?
I wasn't at the presentation for the capital improvement plan.
Well, he's asking if it was, when Dale brought up the truck, did he talk about a trailer?
I don't recall.
I don't remember. I mean, the
think
object
so,
behind the
but I
truck
don't
was
recall
all
the details
evidence
of
and so on
that
and so
discussion.
forth.
That was the exact same question I had written
He
down for
did bring up
myself.
the trailer.
Huh?
He did bring up the trailer that night, yes.
Yeah, I feel like he did
He
too.
said that he was asking for a truck and
Mhm.
to pull the trailer. He
Yes.
said he briefly brought up the trailer, but he did bring up the trailer and.
Well, I thought that there was another
Yeah.
trailer.
One that we owned already.
No, we don't own a trailer.
That's what I
No.
got from that, okay.
He said he'd be asking for money for a trailer
I
soon.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? We have a motion by Nesbit, supported by Brem, to approve the purchase of a new U.S. cargo trailer from USA Trailer Sales of Wayland in the amount of $10,824. Any further comments?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Is it typical that we have 3 quotes if it's more than $5,000?
It depends on what the item is.
Okay.
So there's several times, like when we're purchasing trucks, for example, we'll have one because we're having it
Going through My
built.
Deal.
It's either through My Deal, so the prices are similar regardless of where you get it,
Mhm.
but it's usually spec'd very specifically to what it is that we're looking for, and there may only be one brand or one distributor. So because Chief Bolter put a lot of this together, If it's not approved this evening, we'll probably delay discussion or bidding or anything else on this item until he's available to return and take care of that.
Yeah, I just wondered if there was only one or particular company because of the fact that it had to be customized to some degree for us. I'm not sure.
I think that that's likely the case, but I can't obviously confirm that because he's not available.
Okay.
I can speak a little bit further on that. So he did choose to go to USA Trailer Sales in Wayland. They actually carry different manufacturers, so they're kind of like a rep for a bunch of different companies. And they actually suggested US Cargo to us because it was cheaper with the exact same quality as some of the other makes. And then we did walk around the lot, and we found that there was a specific style that we thought would match our community pretty well, because not only will we have the hauling capacity for particular evidence, National Night Out, we had to borrow a trailer from emergency management, which was a lot bigger, but we believe we'd be able to fit all the prizes in there of that capacity. And also, there's going to be a side door. It's almost like a food truck, but it's a little bit different. And that would just be a huge plus just for how we have Green Street trick-or-treating set up. It would be a really cool aspect for the kids, and it was just something that they offered. So we thought it would be a good idea. But other than that, it was this US Cargo, and I don't remember the name of the other company, but they were more expensive. I can get that information if you need it.
So we could bid it for similar things, and then you can make the determination about whether it's similar enough and judge the trade-offs between them if you want to go that route.
I just don't want to get into the habit of not doing what we're supposed to if it's over $5,000. But if there was some justification for that, then, I mean, I feel like we need to hear that.
Sure.
But I feel like I can't make a really educated decision without knowing the premise behind it.
More of the details
Yeah.
of why. Yeah, that's understandable.
So, Bill, you made the motion. Do you want to withdraw your motion, delay this, or do you want to go on with vote?
What is is there an emergent necessity for this trailer right now?
Well, the main thing is that we are just running out of storage space. We just turned over use of a shed at the Berry County Conservation Club. We utilize that for firearms training and equipment. It was in really bad shape. There were critters living in it, so it just became almost unsafe also because the ceiling is collapsing. So they took that over, and we acquired some of the equipment purchased previously through the consortium. So to be able to still utilize that equipment, we did have to take it out of the shed, and now we are storing it here. So while our equipment is growing and our needs are growing, we are not, increasing our space here because we already use our outdoor garage for not only our vehicles, but evidence storage, property storage for safekeeping, like lost and found property. So it's just more of a necessity for our training equipment, like I said, and if we needed to transport evidence, just because even a bike, it's very difficult to get a bike in the back of one of our patrol cars, depending on the size.
You had mentioned that you had borrowed a trailer from emergency services.
Yes, that was excessively large. I believe it was a 30-footer, if not just a little bit less than that.
But is that trailer still available to you should you have to use?
That is utilized by several other people. It was through Jim Yarger, the emergency management coordinator. He just happened to have it available that time for National Night Out. I'm not sure what the availability of it is and how often he loans it out, but I can get that information as well.
I would be comfortable with withdrawing my motion for further information.
Jordan?
Okay.
Okay, at this time, we'll,
I didn't know if someone was going to make a motion to table, or if that was
Well,
necessary.
I just withdrew my motion, so
Well,
is that?
just
Oh, your
tabling
motion
it would
table it?
allow us to bring it up again later, but it might be more of a...
motion by Jarvis, supported by McLean to table. For further, and I'm, just my comment, everything I've ever dealt with Dale on as far as him buying equipment, it's always been through my deal, so I'd be surprised if this wasn't. But we need to have those questions clarified.
Absolutely. Yep, I will find that out. 'Cause
Okay,
I'm not sure.
We have a motion and a support to table this till next meeting, or you want a certain date on that?
No, I don't know when Chief Bolter will be back, and I think we should wait until he's available.
Okay, so the motion is to table it till Dale's back?
We never know when he's coming back.
Let's get more information.
Yeah, well,
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
Alyssa, do you have contact with him, and could you, is he able to answer those questions, I
That's
guess?
not something that I'm comfortable with
No.
having him reached out to at this point.
Oh,
I
okay.
can find out all of these answers myself. I have direct contact with the sales rep and with the
Oh,
owner.
okay.
Yep.
That company, they have sales all over the state of Michigan. Ionia, I think they even have one over just by Lake Odessa. So it's a well-built trailer. I'm
Yep.
familiar with it.
And there
but-
were some really beautiful ones on the
So we'll,
lot.
the motion was made to table this, and it was supported. Any further comments? Roll call.
Stencil Barton.
Yes, I believe, on the tabling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
On table. Barlow.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
No.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, item B, consider scheduling a public hearing at 7 PM October 14th, 2024 during the council meeting to review and consider a commercial rehab exemption certificate application from 420 East Mill Street LLC for properties located at 328 and 420 East Mill Street. Is there a motion to set that public hearing?
I'll make the motion to set that public hearing at 7 PM, October 14th.
Support. Okay, a motion by McLean, supported by Rezegi, to schedule a public hearing at 7 PM, October 14, 2024, during the council meeting to review and consider a commercial rehab exemption certificate application from 420 East Mills LLC for property located at 328 and 420 East Mill Street. Comments?
Is this a good time to ask questions? I mean, we're gonna do the vote the next meeting, correct? Or we'll open it up to
There'll be a public
comment,
hearing
then
and
we'll vote afterwards.
a presentation and vote at the next
Good
meeting.
time
yeah.
to ask questions then. If we vote for that, we are gonna give a tax abatement, correct?
For the commercial rehab exemption, yes.
Okay? And then we're gonna find out the financial implications before that.
At the hearing and at the presentation, yes.
Okay. It says in here that we are allowed to go up to 10 years. The council could decide to go 5 years, 8 years, 7 years.
You could, but that would have direct financial implications to the project.
So we don't know that though at this point. We're gonna find that out how it
Correct.
would affect it.
Correct.
Okay? I guess that's all the questions I got.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Oh, wait, I do have one question.
Go ahead.
The only way the public's gonna hear about it is put in the paper, correct?
Are going to hear about what exactly?
We're gonna do a public hearing. How's the public gonna hear?
We'll notice the hearing in the same way we do all of our hearings.
It would be only in the banner.
It will be in the newspaper as well as on our website and posted outside.
It will be on our website, good.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes. Yes, we always post our hearing notices on our website.
okay.
Roll call.
Barlow.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yep.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item C, entertain a motion to schedule a workshop for 6 PM, October 14th, 2024, to allow City Attorney Jessica Wood to provide background information on brownfield plans and commercial rehab exemption incentives.
I'll make the motion to schedule that hearing, or workshop, sorry, rather. At 6 PM, October 14th.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Barlow, to schedule a workshop at 6 PM October 14th, 2024, to allow City Attorney Jessica Wood to provide background information on brownfield plans and commercial rehab exemption incentives. Questions? Roll call.
Bowers.
Yep.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzel Barton.
Yes?
Barlow.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, next item, entertain a motion to approve under direction of staff, the Hastings Downtown Business Team's request to hold Fall Girls Night Out event on Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, from 5 PM until 8 PM, and to close Jefferson Street from State Street to the Middle Block Alley on Jefferson Street for a musical performance, and adopt Resolution 2024-26 to say the necessary ordinance. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve the Hastings Downtown Business Team's request to hold Fall Girls Night Out on October 3rd, and to adopt Resolution 2024-26 to stay the necessary ordinance.
Support.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Jarvis, to approve under direction of staff the Hastings Downtown Business Team's request to hold Fall Girls Night Out event on Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, from 5 PM to 8 PM. Close Jefferson Street from State Street to the Middle Block Alley on Jefferson Street for musical performance, and adopt Resolution 2024-26 to stay the necessary ordinance. Discussion. Roll call.
Brem.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Stenzel Barton.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. City manager report.
So a couple of things, mayor exchanges this week and next week. So you do have a list in front of you of attendees for tomorrow, in case you're interested in that. The form for if you're choosing to attend in Allegan, if you haven't turned that in yet, that is due by Thursday. So let us know if you're able to attend. It is supposed to be rainy tomorrow, so if you're coming, please be sure to dress appropriately and bring an umbrella. There will be some walking outside for a not insubstantial part of the mayor exchange day. Also wanted to let you know that we've been working with the Government for Tomorrow program to establish some student positions here at the city on some boards and commissions that we have. Interviews with students is taking place this week, so I anticipate that by next week they will have some recommendations for us, and that at the next council meeting, you'll be reviewing people to potentially appoint to some of these positions. And that's all I have tonight, unless somebody has any questions for me.
Any questions?
What time do you want us here tomorrow morning?
9 a.m.
9 a.m., okay.
Has the agreement with Rutland Township on the 425 gone anywhere?
We had a meeting on Monday and they presented a proposal, but there was some additional information that we needed to run down that we were not able to acquire prior to this meeting. So we're working on getting that information and intend to present that to you at the October 14th meeting.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, also in your packet you have Deputy Chief Kelly's monthly report. Do you have anything to add, or anybody have any questions of the Deputy Chief? Thought Dale was the only one that did this.
They treated her well.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I can take questions first, if you have any from the, what I turned in, okay.
I'm going to make a quick
Sure.
comment. I hope you don't think, I know I don't. You're just as capable as Dale. And about the trailer thing, we weren't thinking, well, she can't do it, we have to wait for Dale. We have all sorts of faith in you, at
Oh,
least
I
I do.
appreciate that.
In case I get pulled over.
They were valid questions.
Who gets out
All
of
right.
city, Sparky?
So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our reserve officers, Steve Baird, just retired after 23 plus years. I can't imagine the length of service, as I haven't gotten that far yet, but we appreciate his commitment to our city. He has put in thousands and thousands of hours over the past 23 years, so we really appreciate him and just wanted to, again, thank him for his service. We also have one person in our background process for officer position, and then one person in the process for the reserve position, hopefully to take Reserve Officer Bear's place. And we are looking forward to our events coming up. Homecoming we have this week, Friday. The parade, we will be getting through that safely, as always. And then the Halloween Green Street closure, I appreciate you approving that. We always look forward to that as well. Any questions?
Any questions?
I lastly have an update that the chief actually did approve me saying just a couple of things. I spoke to him very, very briefly. He's attacking the recovery plan as you probably would have expected, just if you know him or have spoken to him before. He is that type of person. So he is going to be back as soon as humanly possible. But that's really all he gave me. And if you have any further questions, I'm sure you could try reaching out to him. But he is, like I said, still recovering, so I will give another update next time. Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also in your packet, City Clerk Treasurer Perrin's monthly financial report. Linda, do you have anything to add?
I do not.
Any questions of Linda? I'm sure you all read her report. All full of neat information. Okay, also in your packet, you have Community Development Director Dan King's monthly report. Anything to add, Dan?
Nothing tonight.
Any questions of Dan?
You doing okay, Dan?
Am I?
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Good, good. That's all I had.
Okay. Also in your packet, you have Library Director Hemmerling's monthly report. Anything to add, Peggy?
No? Doing well?
Okay. Any questions of Peggy?
Yeah, what kind of qualifications does the person you're suggesting to follow you?
He has been with us for 7 years, and he is currently getting his master's in library science. By the end of the year, he will be halfway through that. And so he's been the assistant director for 3 years and been very involved with like the building project and everything that's been going on. Prior to that, he had 25 years at the corporate level of Target, and he also has worked for Meyer. He has a lot of management experience, and he's really good.
Thank you. Anything else? Thanks, Peggy. My wife's looking forward to bringing that quote down, by the way.
Good. We're looking forward to it.
At this time, entertain a motion to accept and place on file items A, draft library board meeting minutes, September 9th, 2024, and B, October 2024 calendar. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Stencil Barton,
I'll support it.
supported by Brem, to accept and place on file items A and B. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Public comment. Go ahead. Tell us who you are, and if you're a resident, please.
Hello, Mary Laurie, a resident of Hastings.
Hold that microphone now, will you, Mary, please?
Okay, I have 3 little things. One, when it comes to notifying the public about meetings and that type of thing, there are people who cannot afford the banner, yet they are taxpayers. some people don't use the web, so they can't get that information there. I would request that if it's a public hearing, that maybe that could be an exception and be included with the water bills, so that people would be, they can't say, well, I didn't know, I wasn't, I couldn't get informed. The other thing, the next thing is the new street lights they're putting up. When Public Service puts those up, I don't know if it's through you, that the request is that they put the covers on those things because they're LED lights and they shine down and they blind the intersections. I've almost hit a dog because it ran out in front of me, but I was blinded by the light. And then the last thing, I don't know how you're going to do it, but maybe people need a reminder about where they can put signs, whether they're rummage sale signs or party signs or political signs, because people are thinking things are being taken, and they're not. They're being picked up by code enforcement because they're not where they should be. Those are my 3 things. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Mayor and council comment. Anybody have anything to say tonight, Bill?
I'm all set.
Don?
I'm fine, thank you.
Jordan?
Nothing today.
Council Martin?
No, sir.
Terry?
No, thank you.
No, sir.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Okay, I have nothing to say tonight either, other than I hope you're all going to the football game Friday night, 'cause it's gonna be exciting.
I would love to go, but I will be at the University of Michigan for friends and family week.
Really? And that's
So
better
go
than going to
Saxons.
a Saxon game?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Go Saxons, go blue.
Depends on whether you're a grandparent or not.
Right, well, I'm a parent, so it's kind of the same thing.
Okay, nothing else to come before council, looking forward to tomorrow with the mayor exchange, and if there's nothing to come before council, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
Motion by McLean, supported by Barlow. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We're adjourned. Thanks for coming.
Somebody
Thank you.
supported it.
Thanks for having us.
She's talking about those big lights.
He said blinded by the light.
I know, and then I
Now
went,
it's stuck.